A love for the game and the passion to create a professional league for all. Charles Farr has created the United Pickleball League. He's on the court with me. It's the Pickle with Mickle interview series 0, 0, start. Super excited to be here on the court today, Pickle with Mickle interview series. I have Charles Farr with me. Charles, we have got a lot to get to today.
Yes, we do.
I asked you earlier. I'm going to ask you again. How much time have you spent on the court today?
Today, about 3.5 hours. I got another 3.5 hour session to go at AAG with Adam Cox this evening when we get done here. But yeah, I kind of ravage around 5-6 hours a day.
5 or 6 hours a day.
Yeah, a lot of
on
training,
the court.
A lot of drilling. Oh yeah, on the drilling. A lot of playing over the weekend. We definitely sometimes play and bring people in to play doubles or singles like that. But yeah, it's all learning. It's usually how we go. It's the only way we can get better is the longer we go, the more we can emphasis on certain structures that are wrong or certain hits that are wrong or certain, your backhand is not correct or whatever. We can actually dial right into exactly what we have. So we have a lot of time.
I think that's so important to hear you say, because so many people, like self-included, we love to get out there and just play.
Yeah.
And if you want to level up your game, even a little bit, you have to practice, you have to drill, find some people to do some drills, work that backhand. Hey, folks, a third shot drop is still a great shot. You might want to work on that one too. But hey, Charles Farr joining me here today. And what we want to get to is United Pickleball League, and we'll get there. But before we get there, I'm sure you didn't grow up dreaming of being a pickleball pro. So just take me back to when the love of pickleball started for you, sir.
Yeah, it's a tough one for me because it involved my daughter, right? So here in Seville, I live in Seville up in Gilbert, and there's a tennis pro here. And my background is completely in soccer and basketball. I was a national and professional soccer referee for about 18 years. So, 32 games, a lot of NCAA stuff, a lot of NAIA, a lot of good championship series games, a lot of friends there. They do a phenomenal job being able to just handle adversity and not only managing 22 players on the field, managing so many people yelling at you and, criticizing your work. It's so much.
You mean that happens? I'm not.
100%. But listen, he always came to me. His name's Thomas Blanks, by the way. He's the head pro over Seville. Now I think he lives in Costa Rica, and we talk all the time. But every time I would go over there, every time I go for training with my trainer for weights and stuff, he would literally tell me, "Hey man, you need to come to play pickleball." And I was like, "What is that?" And what is pickleball? And he's like, "You really got to come and hit pickleball." And then, you go and watch it and you're like, "Yeah, that's not for me.
I can do this or not," right? It's either one or the other.
And then you start, then he finally got me out there one day. And it all happened to do, my daughter had a stint in the mental health world. And she's so far down the road, but I didn't know how to process that type of what's going on, the fear of certain elements. So I kind of dove into, hey, take me on the pickleball court. Let's see what happens. About an hour into it, oh man, you couldn't pull me off the court. I'd say the first 30 minutes was like, I think the pickleball got hurt because I was just like trying to go through, some emotions. But after we settled down and, he showed me some of the basics on how to dink and how to actually hit the ball and some of the basics just to get you started and why certain things are. It's an addiction you just cannot get. It made me feel great. It gave me great cardio. The ability it's like a gigantic ping pong board right in front of me. Smaller than tennis, cool. No issues there. Love those guys, but the addiction, and anyone can play it. That's the best part about pickleball. You could, it doesn't matter, but it brings the whole community together. I mean, you could walk on a pickleball court, you have no idea who you're playing, and the first thing is they want to just introduce themselves and say
and have a great
time. Yeah, and then of course when you're playing at the higher levels, you want to get competitive. You still get that camaraderie. You still get that issue of being able to say, hey, how's it going? Talk about your day if you want to while you're warming up, but then you get to serious business, right? It's a different game and it has different elements of it. but in the beginning and today, anyone that really wants to play this sport can fall in love with this sport in a matter of minutes, and it's just phenomenal. So sky's the limit with this sport.
It's
It's
so
really
true.
cool.
You get the pickleball fever. And I
Yeah,
mean, that's how
it
I
is.
describe it. And once you have it, you're hooked. And it is truly
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
generational. We talk about that all the time. And there are the outlets, whether you want to go and just have some fun with your friends, if you want to join a league, compete in a tournament, or if you want to really work and work and work at it, because
yeah,
to play at a high level, and we're about to talk about it, you do need to work at it 6 hours a
yeah,
day, folks. And, I mean, it
yeah,
takes some dedication to
yeah,
be able to consistently play at that high level. And
yeah.
so we talked a little earlier. You came here from England to Texas, got here
Hmm.
in the Valley back in 2009. You're living out there in Seville. How about all the pickle places we have that are popping up across the Valley? Folks, if you're looking to play some pickleball, you can find it now, and it's awesome.
Absolutely, yeah.
Have you seen Tumbleweed Park yet?
I have, yeah. It's phenomenal, and I enjoyed the opening of Frontier as well. Just the way that they did the different shading.
Yes.
The downside is, if you want to go as a single, you kind of go to Frontier. You can't really, yeah, it was with a group at least.
As a
But on certain
single,
days, you can
sometimes
play.
it's
Yeah,
still a
yeah,
little tough, but you can
yeah,
paddle up and get in there.
yeah.
I
You
love
can.
Frontier Park too.
Sure,
And what
yeah,
I like is we're seeing some pressure taken off Gilbert Regional Park now. And
sure,
so
yeah.
with the
Well,
three of them, you can go with a friend, right? Or your group,
yeah,
paddle up and get in there and have a great time.
yeah.
And so
Tumbleweed is definitely taking people away from GRP.
for
It
sure.
opened up, yeah, and it opened up what 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks
Just
ago?
yeah, just like
Yeah,
2 weeks
and
ago,
then I feel like it's ghost town by 8 a.m. at GRP 9 a.m. So
which is
hopefully,
unheard of.
yeah, yeah. Usually it's packed. I mean, you're waiting sometimes on a Saturday 45 minutes to go through. But yeah, it's phenomenal. And just with the people around there, they tell you that we'll probably go over there and play a couple times and get the fever. But yeah, no, you can actually step around anywhere now and find a good competitive game. And just gotta
Yeah.
hit the right spot.
Absolutely. In addition to, practicing pickleball, what I think is important too is, we're more distinguished in life, right? We're a
Hmm.
little more distinguished players. You mentioned it earlier, not just practicing, but the physical aspects. Talk about some of just your training and training habits that you do. Let the people know what they might be able to do too.
Yeah, so I trained with two pro coaches at the same time, Trevor Maychek and Adam Cox. They're both different capacity of a player. They're both high level players. One is for me a mental stability, right? He's been through the game a lot more than my counterpart, and since I'm a lot older in my years, if you were to say that, right?
Distinguished.
Yeah, distinguished. He can understand how it transitions differently, right? Then, but Trevor is a phenomenal player. He plays for Phoenix, by the way. It just got him a sponsorship with Diadem for
Great.
the whole 9 yards. And his youth allows me to play at a higher level, at a higher speed, to see things that in some cases I wouldn't get to see unless we're playing at a high level. So it's really important for me and for anyone else that really wants to go after it, pick the right person that fits your personality, that wants to give you the very best when you're doing the same thing. And you always have to have a plan when you're working out. So for me, I still train locally here in Seville with the same trainer I've had for 3 years. We do anything from weights to cardio. I mean, it's for us distinguishing, we have to train a little bit harder to keep up with the youngers. And from my background in soccer, I've always had to have that type of training to keep up with 21-year-old soccer players that are professionals, right? To be able to run right behind them. So I kind of know something about dedication and your craft. You have to be dedicated to your craft. Even through the frustrated moments, you have to find ways to motivate yourself to keep going, to keep pushing through those peaks and those valleys to get to the end game of where you're trying to
How
go.
do
And then
the
you need to
Marines
change your
put it?
goals.
You have to embrace the
Yeah,
suck, right
yeah.
as you're in
Oh,
there. You
absolutely.
got to
Yeah,
grind
totally.
through it.
Yeah, yeah. No, absolutely 100%. I did 4 years in the military, so I understand what you're
Thank you for
saying.
your
Yeah,
service.
yeah. Was
Were you
Air
Army, Air
Force.
Force, Navy? Where'd you
I was in
serve?
the Air Force, yeah, in the Air
Okay,
Force. Yeah, yeah.
awesome. All
It
right.
was
What we're
great.
really here for, folks, and appreciate the
Sure.
background. We know Charles has a love for pickleball, like most of the people that are watching this show. How did we get to where we are? We're a pro
Mm,
player, and now we're launching United
mm.
Pickleball League. What inspired this transition from just being a professional, high level player to not only founding the Phoenix Aces, now pioneering out for the United Pickleball League?
One word. I can sum it all up in one word, right? Opportunity, right? There's not a lot, okay? I mean, PPA has their own list. I know a ton of guys that go through pro qualies. I'm not knocking the PPA. They're a great organization, a great tour. I think they do a lot. MLP, same thing. They do a lot. And APP, same thing, would do a lot. But there are still so many those 5.2s, 5.7s that still can't crack that level to be able to play on tour, get signed, get sponsored, all that. So
Okay.
what we have decided to do is put together a professional league across the nation, West Coast, Central, and East Coast, and allow you to compete 40 weeks of professional pickleball is what we're going for. 12 weeks on, then maybe a month off, 12 weeks. We haven't finished working out the scheduling purpose yet because I'm still getting more teams involved. Right now, we're up to 16 to 18 teams that are
Okay.
that are going to be able to play. So the idea is to invoke the community, right? Keep it in the community. You can always have one person outside of the community. From Florida, we're going to have a draft process, right? For those people that want to be able to play, or you can go out and pick a really strong player, maybe from Nebraska, like Matthew Barlow or something like that, right? Which I would take him in a second. But the idea is to get the local community behind your team. Why? And it's simple. There is, in my mind, soccer has it, basketball has it, volleyball has it, gymnastics, all that. We all have a junior development program. Pickleball does not. We kind of do, but we really don't.
Now,
right?
I mean, you could say there's the PPA juniors and there's junior events that we see.
Yes. But from a true teamed environment, you're on a team, you're playing, you're getting professionally coached by pro coaches that play on the team. You're in a program that has an academy, and you're going every single day, and you're playing for 3-4 hours, learning and generating your craft, just like you would in basketball, soccer, or anything else. So we're going to want these teams, and they're all on board so far, to create that junior development program. So you have the step so you have from the onset, you have that growth that the sport needs to always maintain that highest level of the ability to bring more younger players into the league, right? As well as PPA gets, can have them or whatnot, but we get that progression of development that, in my mind, yeah, it's great to have a pro coach and you have 3 juniors, but what would you do with 100? Right?
Sure.
What would you, and what would you do at an 18 court where you could put in 150, 100, 175 kids running a 18 station scenario? We're going to give we're going to turn those things on and start actually creating this scenario so where people can, young kids from I guess, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, whatever,
Sure.
they can go through that progression and feel like they're a part, and then the community embraces them. I mean, look at King's Court, right? I signed them yesterday to be the official hat of the UPL, the official hat of the Phoenix Aces, and all the teams that will be in this league. I mean, that's what it's about. It's us helping each other. It's 100% community. So we are going to make not a statement, but we are giving another platform, another opportunity for professional from 5-0 and above, as well as developmental players, right? 4.5s, 4.0s, whatever, the chance to play at the highest level we can, right? And there's no open age gap, right? If you got a 51-year-old guy.
That's going to be my question. Kind of how are we structuring from age to age, or how do we put it together?
I want an open pro team, right? You want to mix that culture in, right? So like Adam is 55 years old. He's phenomenal, right? Adam Cox. And he can beat down, young kids just as much as the next person. Why take him and just stick him in a league full of seniors? Allow him that opportunity to play anyone. If you're going to be in a professional sport, it just, like even when you take soccer, right? Yeah, you're a 21-year-old kid, right? But you don't know the guy across from you who's playing midfielder. He's 38.
Well, I mean, on one side, some folks might want to have some continuity in playing similar, at least more age appropriate, even at a high level. Certainly we see some of those outlets and we see some of those leagues. NPO, you're aware of course, Senior Pickleball League.
Yeah.
There's some other ones as well. So let me ask you this: if in an event, let's say, and to your point, Adam's 55. We got an 18-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 30-year-old out there. Could the other team be all 50-plussers?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the whole best part of it, right? From a professional standpoint, I shouldn't matter the age of the person that's setting up, right? They're a pro, We're a pro. Let's play some pickleball, right? Same thing
What's
in
our
basketball. Yeah.
what's
What's
our
our cutoff?
delineator for a pro? Right.
Yeah. The delineator, I would think, would probably your rating system, right? You know, anywhere from 5.0 and higher, you would want to consider that, but you also have the ability to elevate that 4 or 5 person if you want to, and put them on
Absolutely.
your team, because there are a lot of guys that are phenomenal at 4 or 5. It should be over that, but we could talk about the rating system all day,
We'll
right?
talk about something about that
Yeah, yeah,
offline.
yeah,
We will,
yeah.
in
But
fact.
but if they don't play enough, I mean, they don't. If they're not going to tournaments, they're or
Correct.
going into rated tournaments,
A rated event, right? Yeah.
and so we can discuss that on another podcast. But yeah, so I want to give as much opportunity to anyone that wants to play this sport to play at the highest level. So for us, for any one of these teams, here's how it's going to work. The format's simple, right? 3 doubles matches, right? Of your choice, right? You can have a first team, second team, third team. First team could be mixed going against 2 men. First team could be mixed
Okay.
going against 2 women. Doesn't really
Okay.
matter. Step up to the plate. Have your first tier, your second tier, and your third tier teams. And then, since Matthew Barlow is a consultant for the UPL, came up with a great idea. And I'll give him a shout out for Midwest Pickleball out there in Omaha.
Omaha.
Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, they do a phenomenal job. We can talk about that after. But he came up with a doubles dream maker. So
Talk to me.
all out of all the 6 players, and we will put it on. So when we get to the orchard and next weekend, you will see that. You
Okay.
will see what that looks like. So after every single point, the entire team rotates one individual. So
Ooh.
you start with now you can start however you wish. You can line up. You can see how the other team might potentially be lining up, right? So 1 through 6, and then you can switch it and make whatever you want, but you need to have your 6. So first 2 step on, first point, back or forth, they both have to rotate.
And then
So
you,
at the
yeah.
all the way in rally scoring, so all the way up to 25
And
in
we're
rally
still
scoring.
rally. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But what it does is it allows you to play. You don't know really your competition across the way. Now they've
Right.
strategically trying to placate the issues with you, right? To give you more hardcore, hardcore partner or an opponent, if you wish. So for me, the intensity just goes.
Way up.
Now we did this in Nebraska. I took a team of 11 players to Omaha,
Yeah, let's talk
Nebraska.
about this.
Yeah,
Let's talk about this Nebraska event
yeah,
because
yeah.
folks, what we're talking about here with United Pickleball League in 2 weeks, if you're here in the Valley, up at the Orchard in Scottsdale, great pickle venue, they're going to be putting on an event. You can see this out on the socials. We'll get a website for you here soon. But
Yeah,
prior to this event, we're
yeah,
about to hear how Charles took 11
yeah.
teams. We went to
We,
Nebraska and
we
we
did.
got it on. We pickled on.
I took so Nebraska started a pro league early this year, and I
Okay.
contacted them and I said, "Hey, let me bring a Phoenix team so we can play all 8 of your pro teams." And they were like, "What? You want to do that? Let's do it." I took a variety of team members from higher level 50-year-olds down to 29s to a little bit. So yeah, you could have came if you were. I didn't know you then, but I took a team of 11, right? And we went up to Omaha, Nebraska. Now, the way the UPL is going to work, eventually, once you get your junior program, the idea behind the whole concept is your travel and your expenses are going to be paid by the organization, right?
Okay.
That you play for, okay? As
Yep.
well as some other things we can talk about. But so I made sure we got it all sponsored. Flights were sponsored. Food was sponsored. Hotel was sponsored.
Nice.
Uniforms were sponsored. They felt like they were playing professional
Part of a
pickleball. You
team,
show
right? I
up.
mean, part of an
The team,
organization,
the
right?
team concept is so heavy and so much. Yes, it's an individual sport, or yes, it's a doubles maybe, but that concept, that continuity that we can put together is just flawless, right? So I took a team up there, and it came back of an even stronger team, just because they got together and we figured it all out. I mean, there were some times that I would switch players from one of the tiers just so I could go after the win, right? So yeah, that way you have to win, right? Well, we definitely won, but
But you have to, if we're
it's
playing
all
and
strategic.
we're competing, there's got
Yeah,
to be
it's all
some
strategic. Yeah,
strategy, right?
absolutely. Yeah, so we changed the strategy up a little bit in here, but we went up there and with a great bunch of people, great Nebraska. They gave us a great show at the Midwest Pickleball Courts out in Omaha, Nebraska. I
How
think we
many courts
played.
at this venue? Is it a
They
big
have
place?
Yeah, 16
Okay,
courts. It's phenomenal. They do a
awesome.
great job. Matthew Barlow is the owner of it, and he really does a great job. He is going to be the official. So we will have the road to Omaha, just so you know, not off topic. The UPL will have the road to Omaha. So the playoffs and the All Star stuff, as well as the final championship game, will be in his venue next year.
Cool.
So that's going to be cool. But yeah, to get back topic. So yeah, we took a team up there and we had a blast. All 8 teams are phenomenal. Their skill level is high. Even Matthew came out and we played an all-star game. Yeah, they got the better of us, but before that we had played like 30, 24 games prior to playing him and his team. So we
I
were
mean,
tired.
you've been through the
All together,
gauntlet, right? A little
we
tired
played
there. It's
we
okay.
played 60 matches in 2 days against 8 teams.
Wow, that's a lot of pickle.
We had a blast. I mean, I fed the guy, I fed the team during a quick lunch breakout, and then of course we had a phenomenal team dinner. It was just, and then of course we wanted to introduce kind of the format. So the format is 3 doubles, then a doubles dream maker, right, where everybody rotates, and then so you could lose the first 2, win that third match, force the double dreams maker, win that, and then force a tie with the singles. With the singles regular dream maker, right? So that is crazy. We did 5 matches in like 3 games just to get that win.
Incredible
And then
stuff.
and we had a great crowd for a great crowd, about 100+ people that were watching the games in the evenings, and it was just the way the intensity was, the way the whole format was. It was just everybody was like, wow, and we had some really good shots, and then we kind of played around with it where if you had an ATP, we'd give you 2 points, or if you did an Ernie or a Bert, we'd give you a little bit more. So we kind
Your
of played with the
extra point
format
there.
just
We're,
so
we're
yeah, just
having
to have some
style
fun.
points. We're gonna get people going for it here.
Well, we were trying to play for the fans or to have some fun.
Yeah.
So that was great. But all in all, the format, the way the teams were saying they liked it, was phenomenal. Rally scoring makes it so competitive, right? You can come back from an 11-2 easy and get to
Oh yeah.
25,
And where you
23.
can or
So
you can get down 11-2 pretty easy.
pretty quickly, yeah. So, but that intensity of focus and everything else that's there really hones in, and you don't kind of walk off the court like you got smacked by, Annalie and Ben 11-0, right? At least you can compete a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
so
yeah.
we were out here in Nebraska, and you mentioned earlier, and this is what I think is a little intriguing too, is the regionality of the
Yep.
UPL and also the
Yep.
involvement in community. Are these going to be more or less kind of regional hubs, or talk to me a little more about that? Is that going to be Phoenix and
Yeah, in the beginning, teams from LA will come here.
okay,
Phoenix team, there'll be a couple of there's 3 teams already for Phoenix, anywhere from Nevada, whatever. I'm trying to keep it the first year as the inaugural season within a 4 to 5 hour drive. That way
okay,
the cost is really low for you to travel as a team, right? Same thing for the Central Coast and the East Coast. There will be a hub, and if we need to get 2 different hubs, like if any Florida teams versus, I don't want you to drive to Maine. You know what I mean? Right. So yeah, but we will meet centrally located to make sure that in the beginning that first year's cost is super down. So what we've also agreed to do is pay the pro players, right?
okay,
So you'll get a monthly stipend, right? I haven't finished exactly how much, but it's going to be between 3 and 4 ish, maybe $5,000 a month. I mean,
okay,
in my mind, it's great. You get that every month. It pays for your rent, pays for your electric, it pays for your phone. I mean, it really does put you on a precipice to say, hey, I'm literally getting paid to play professional
yeah.
pickleball. It might not be $90,000 yet. It might not be all the stuff that you get from,
Well,
from
you
MLP at whatever.
you
But
mentioned it earlier,
yeah,
okay? And so there's a finite number of people. Well, there's a lot of people who go, let's just say a PPA event or an APP event, right? There are a certain number of people who will already be qualified for that event automatically. There are those who then have to qualify through that event. What's lost on a lot of people are all those people that are going to that event, trying to
mm,
play through the qualifier to get into the main draw to hopefully maybe place. There's travel money, they're staying somewhere, they're feeding
yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
I talk to people all the time. It's it it is a grind to
It
to
is a
play
grind.
professional pickleball or
Absolutely,
to try to
it
get out
is.
there and play
It is.
professional pickleball. And
If you're
and
not
that's
signed,
yeah, if you're
if
not
you're not
signed, if you don't
signed, or you
have a
don't have
sponsor
5
that might
sponsors,
help with some of
Yeah.
that
So
travel money. And, one
correct.
thing you don't see is the big check that they hand to like Annalie or Ben
Hmm.
when they win a mixed event. And so those top players, and I mention this to people all the time, they've got endorsements. And yes, they're winning money from the tournaments, but it's not as significant as you might think,
No.
even at that
Correct.
level, not
Yeah.
yet. And
Not yet.
so
No.
there's a big grind to that too. So I think, hey, if you're saying in the UPL and you get drafted onto a team or you're able to make a team, and there could be a stipend anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a month,
A
hey,
month.
that's going to help you afford to go play pickleball professionally.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at least I can guarantee your house is your house and you're not paid, right? And you
Yeah.
got to worry about, you go to your job and you worry about food and gas on your own, right? So it's just us to give back. So the league is going to do that for every team, right?
Okay.
In the first year, so allow you to get established so you can take that over and keep
So
that going.
and so that the team can then fund its
Yes.
players. Back
Yeah.
to the team, how many players on a team? If you said it before, I missed it.
So I'm envisioning 10 and 10. So 10 juniors, 10 pros. You
Okay.
can travel 6 or you can travel 8, right?
Okay.
Because we all know that something's going to happen and I can't make it this weekend.
Right.
But Mickle can because he's good. And so he is on the team, and then we choose who we choose who we take. And then out of that, then you got your reserves and they can go, right? So you've got or you get hurt. Now I got to replace you for 4 months. And I have that thing. Also, I have juniors that are also playing, and if they're at a high level, and we say we have like a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid or even younger. I mean, Omaha, we played against a 12-year-old. He's got a 5+,
The
right? He's
14-year-old kid
amazing.
just beat
Yeah.
Hunter
So
Johnson, right?
yeah, and at that point, he gets elevated. He's coming with. I mean, his parents are gonna have to come. I'm not supervising, but at the same point, he's going. He would be on a team right now, and that's how that. I mean, he plays, I think, on a team with his dad in Omaha. So that is what we're doing. We're giving that opportunity. You can go and play PPA. You can go.
Sure.
You can go and play PPA. Advantage. I think it's the top 4 teams that get in, but you're going to play in like 5 different pools to get there, right?
Right.
So you've got a bunch of teams that don't make it, right? And then they spend all that money to get up there on a Tuesday afternoon or a Wednesday morning, and then they're gone. And then they have to stick around and wait to see if they can get back into the 5-0 over the weekend. And then so you think about 5 days or 4 days spending there. I mean, it's costly, man.
It's a big commitment, and we kind of already covered this. I mean, I had right here on my sheet inclusivity, affordability,
Yep. Yep.
not always a priority in professional sports. We just talked about how you're going to make that a sustainable value as
Right.
part of UPL, as part of the foundation of this league. I love it. I love the inclusivity. With the event at the Orchard, how many teams are going to be here next weekend? No, or 2 weeks from
4.
now?
4.
Okay.
It's gonna be 4, and then in October we're gonna do one for all juniors. So I
Cool.
can show you how each team that's in it now will give a junior team of 6 at least, max of 8.
Awesome.
Juniors playing juniors. That's gonna be nuts.
It's going to
And then
be
we'll
very cool.
We'll come back in December, and I've invited the Nebraska people in.
Okay.
So they can come, and you get a variety of what you're getting. So you get a Nebraska team coming in to play a Phoenix team, to kind of showcase how you can have that city versus city rivalry,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely.
That's exactly what we're looking for. We
Well, and
want the
I mean,
cities
that's
to get
where,
behind this. Yeah.
and I talk about this on my show. I'm a big fan of MLP, and I
Yeah.
believe that's what helps it to grow is you start to get the city rivalries, and if we can
Sure.
keep continuity on rosters and things like that, people flip over to start watching it, and we'll start to promote and see UPL in places that
Hmm.
people can see it. Let's talk about the vision for where people might be able to stream matches. Will we have a
Yes.
channel?
Yeah, even at the yeah, there'll be a live stream. So what we've done, so check this out. So I went to, how do you get online quickly, right? You get into your community. How many colleges have a journalist department? All of them. How many colleges are teaching them how to be producers? How many colleges are giving? So we go to the ASU, talk to the department head. Like, how would you like to make this an internship to where
Wow.
you get the ability to put your students and be able to put this on TV or put this online, and they can produce this sport, and they get their grades from it because you're, commanding this and that, et cetera, et cetera. So we have a pathway to get this online for you. Now I will reach out to Pickleball TV. I will reach out, whatever, other Selkirk TV, whatever.
They
But
should.
in the interest, we want to keep it as well as giving those opportunities for other people just to thrive with what they do for a good living, right? And we will do everything. But in the beginning, in the inaugural season, that's what we're looking for. That way, the cost is down and everything flows for the good year, and then we reevaluate. Like my sponsors, my partnerships that I have. Leo River is big. I met Jonathan Orr. He's
I don't think so.
amazing at
Okay.
Leo River. He does great clothing line. He will do the clothing line for every team. I'm
Okay.
talking uniforms, shorts, and then if you got kids, the junior program, they get jerseys, they get practice gear, all that stuff. He's putting that all together. We will unveil the Phoenix Aces' first inaugural uniform.
So I haven't, what I've seen on the socials, none of that's it yet. We got a brand new one coming out.
That's it, yeah. And what you
Ooh.
will see on next Friday is totally dumb. Nothing has been seen either. I
Okay.
always make sure that we have a bag of tricks, right?
That's awesome. No, I love it.
Yeah, no, and so we will keep going, and he will do every team's jersey. And the good thing about it is we will have merchants say, we're almost done with the website to where we will launch United Pickleball, and you will see for yourself when I approve the mock. How it's going to lay itself out, how you can go through regions, finds of teams, how you can do,
Okay.
you can check on your player profiles.
And
What we're going to try, yeah.
each
Go
of
ahead.
these 4 teams, Charles, for this upcoming event are all Phoenix teams.
They are, yeah, because I wanted it to be local. I could have invited multiple teams in, but I wanted it to be local. So what the idea behind that is, me and Tyler and Kyle have, Kyle, he plays for the Tempe Tornadoes. You know Kyle.
I know
right? He
Kyle.
lives here. Yeah. So anyway, so it kind of like fell off a little bit, the AZ Pickleball League, Tuesday Night Pickleball. And so we were talking to the Orchard, and me and Tyler, I don't know if you know Tyler or not, but great guy. He and I are like, let's turn this back on next year, but let them have one pro, and everybody is like 4 or 5 higher, so they get development.
Yes.
Right? So that's our development, and we changed the day from Tuesday to
Okay.
Saturday.
Okay.
Why? Because if you got kids and Tuesday night happens and it's in January, you're going to a basketball game or you're going to cheer or you're going whatever. But if I
Right.
put you on a Saturday night, there's a good chance you could come out and watch, right? And they will stream it. The guys at the Orchard are phenomenal.
Yes.
I think I just kind of like said what we want to do, but we haven't really talked to them about it yet. but that's the
like you
idea
said,
of it.
the people up there at the Orchard are phenomenal, and
They are great.
helping
Yeah.
to share the vision. It's going to come out
Absolutely.
even in the first iteration.
Yeah.
I think it is going to be
Yeah.
great already.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the passion you exude
Yeah.
for it
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
going to help continue to make it great.
Yeah.
Didn't know you were working with Kyle and Tyler, more great
Yeah,
people
yeah.
in the Pickleverse. And I mean, like we talked about earlier, this Pickleverse, as I call it, the pickle community, it's so cool, and it's about helping each other. It's about continuing to grow this and create fun outlets like this that are truly going to be a professional,
Yep. That's
a professional
that's the whole
league,
point about
and
it.
that's what's great.
Absolutely. And that's what we're trying to portray here. I mean, that pickleball school that Kyle and Tyler put on with Zach is phenomenal. I went there. I got in. I did all this stuff with them. I know them both, but I wanted to make sure that I supported them just as much as they support what we're doing, right? And that's the partnership that we're about, right? For
That's
me,
great.
when I do a partnership with other businesses, it's not about, hey, can you give me some hats this week? It's, hey, can you do the hats for the entire league? Or,
Right.
hey, can you do the uniforms for everything? There are situations that have arisen back in the past, not with me, but with other people that have been burned by those bridges. And I don't want those bridges to be burned. It's about giving back. It's about helping other people strive through the development. If you want to, and I want them to understand. I want
And
everybody to
you're
understand.
building the foundation of this through relationship and through relationship
yeah,
in communities. And I think
Yeah.
sometimes that can get lost, let's just say, in other organizations or maybe in other attempts to do things like this. And so
Right.
like I said, when we first sat down, I'm so excited to talk to you. Can't wait to see how this all
Yeah,
continues
it's
to
gonna be great.
unfold. And maybe eventually, hey, you never know, maybe I could be playing on the court. I mean, we got to play
You
sometime
can.
anyway, because you can level my game up. I need the
Hey,
help.
The beauty about this is I want to make sure whoever watches this understands, even if you're 30, 45, 50, and you still want to consider playing, and you've got the time to put in the grind, you've got the dedication, you got the want, you can get there. We could see you on a court. The elevation to get, like, you go to the PPA events, and Ben and all them, they're amazing, right? They're phenomenal, and you're like, I want to do that, but I can't, right? No, you can, and this avenue and this opportunity will get you there, and it will put that twinkle, that spark back in your eye to want to get out there and start drilling, want to get out there and find people that you want to play with, and want to elevate yourself from 3-5 to 4, want to go from 4
Right.
to 4-5, want to get to 5-0, and then go, hey, team owner, can I come and play for you? Or can I, or you get those community guys where you they aren't rated, but the guy comes up to you and say, hey, I beat Billy every day and I'm 60. And then you go and look at him like, you are right. He's on the team. You beat him. I need to look at you more. You know what I'm like? But it creates that community drive to say, I can still play at a high level. Look at me.
Well, and here's another thing. Here's another thing too. When you continue to, become a part of more people who are pickling and people who might want to level up, you're going to find one of the hardest things is to, let's say you want to, get into a local league tournament or anything. It's always finding the two ladies to round out maybe your MLP team or mixed team, or to find that person that might want to go for an hour down to the park and just drill and just practice. And so I think it's great because we're going to be fostering more people together, more people who might want to look for that too. And there's room for it in pickleball, I think, is the big thing.
That's the whole point. There's growth everywhere, and you need to take advantage of that growth. And we should put together an organization that allows you to grow and give you an elevation to get to the highest level if you want that dream to be your dream. Whether you're 30 or 51, there's pros that play in the NPL. I mean, they have a lot of events here and there, but can you handle this type of scenario? Test yourself, go back out and train, get everything going. I mean,
again, there's three different 50 plus leagues, right?
Yes.
There are some talented picklers out there. And then, so when we look to combine from the ground up, helping the kids continue to get better, I'm sure you're aware of the high school movement going on here in Arizona with pure pickleball. And I think that's awesome. I'm talking with Stephanie next week about all that, because that's another thing. People tell me, I had a guy today in the car, and I was, promoting my show and asked him if he plays pickleball. And he goes, the old people sport. I'm like, well, hang on. The youth are what's going to propel this sport and continue. Exactly. He's like, says everyone over 50. And we started joking back and forth. And I'm like, look, let me tell you, when the best player in the world is 18 and you see a 14-year-old beat a 26-year-old, and you go down to the courts and watch some 13-year-olds or 9-year-olds start to learn from the beginning, that's where, I call it this dormant sport, pickleball, that's seen this resurgence, and there's no reason that it can't become a tier sport. And the community involvement that you're looking to have here, I think, is what's so important. And I think it's so good. We're seeing more of that in this post-COVID era. And that's why a lot of us got outside and started pickling, right?
Sure.
And,
absolutely.
And let's take advantage of that and getting back to some of the things I think that makes, society great. And some of the things we've lost is community involvement, people coming together, people truly helping each other like we're doing here today. It's fantastic. Charles Farr joining me, Pickle with Mickle interview series. We're talking about United Pickleball League. Folks, this thing is going to be amazing. You need to get to the orchard. We're going to run the orchard over this next weekend. I'm telling you, we're going to have people lining up at the doors to watch this thing, especially a doubles dream breaker. I'm excited to see this.
It's great. Yeah, no, it's great. There's a lot of things in the works too for the future. One of the guys over at the Pickler, he owns it, Ryan. He and I had a conference. He's at a conference now with the other Picklers, and I literally handed him my documents and said, listen, give this to all your owners and say, if you want a team in your city, come talk to me. I mean, awesome. It's that simple, And then he's also offered that, people are like, oh, we're not going to just be outside. We're not going to be the inside. We're not, it's going to be outside for sure. But you're like, oh, I'm not coming to Phoenix in 102. Great, but we'll be at the Pickler indoors on a court.
Yeah, air conditioned court, inside 100%. Court.
Yeah, and 100%. And he has offered us to hold matches in one of his locations.
Awesome.
And support the UPL. And then that's when I said, hey, can you give the other picklers the idea of how about putting a team together in your city and then joining the UPL? So I hope to hear some positive news from that tomorrow when he's back. Honestly, I mean, he understands it, he gets it, you get it. You get what we're trying to do. I'm trying to give these profile, this plus the opportunity to play professional pickleball at the highest level, 40 weeks. I'm
Yeah.
trying to make sure that you have a home, a team environment, that you have a place to play all the time. You get paid to play. You're in the community. Everybody's going to know who you are. You can still play your PPAs if you wish to. You can still go to the APP. Never stop that. But the opportunities there are slim. Here are a lot, right?
Yeah,
And
it's
then
wide
what?
open,
Yeah,
right? I mean, here we
yeah.
are in the Great Wild West. We, the new
Mm-hmm.
Chippewa Valley, I call it.
Sure, sure.
But
No, no, no. You're
it
right.
is.
So I have a
It's wide
yeah.
open terrain, and that was a question. Pickleball with it's so booming in popularity, and we see little leagues that are trying to form. But you already talked about it. The balance of competitiveness and the accessibility for this league, not only for players but even fans, to be able to
Mm-hmm.
get involved and come out and see some pickleball, and then they start playing too.
Yep. That's the best part about it, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
No,
It's infectious,
that is
like you
the
said.
yeah.
It took you
Yes,
5 minutes
yes.
to get the fever. What
And
started
it
as
was
a
gone. Yeah,
potential, escape, a needed escape from
yeah,
some things you
yeah,
were going on in your life, you found this
yeah.
pickleball thing, and
And I
it
haven't stopped since.
and it's
Have
helped you
not
out.
stopped.
Haven't stopped
Have not stopped.
since. Got a brand new league
Yeah.
coming. This is so great. All right. Now, Charles, before you got on my virtual court here with me,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen any of my other interviews or not.
I have. I saw
Okay.
you one from last week. Did you do one last week with King's Court?
That was King's Court. We met last week down
Yeah.
at Dink and
I have
Dang.
seen your interviews at the PPA.
Okay.
I have seen your stuff at APP. Why do you think
Fantastic.
I knocked on your door?
Yeah, and I appreciate it. So now is the fun time of the interview where you and I get up to the kitchen. We have a little hands battle. It's more like me just
Sure.
serving you up. Are you ready?
Sure. Let's go.
All right. So I like to do my version of who's coming to dinner. It's who's
Okay.
coming to pickle. So you're on the court, three other people pickling with you. This could be anybody. Could be pro players, entertainers, dead,
Sure.
alive. Who's coming to pickle?
Let's see who just recently got into it. Terrell Owens, come hang out with me.
All
Right?
right.
I just saw he did. I just saw he did his first tournament with one of his other players. He plays with a girl named Brittany, I believe. Yeah, come have a chat. Maybe we can get you to sponsor something. Maybe we
So
can get you a team.
yeah, we
I
got
have a buddy here. Yeah,
you and
I
Terrell
have
Owens
a
on one side.
yeah
Who's on the other?
yeah. I would say so. One of my friends, he now plays for the Buffalo Bills. Matt Prater, he used to be your Arizona Cardinals kicker. He lives here in Seville. I throw him over there just for fun, right? Because he can play some
Can he
pickleball.
pickle?
That was great. Yeah, he can pickle a little bit. No, I mean, I think he's more of a banger. You know what I mean? And then and then I would take anyone that wanted to play.
Okay.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter
All right.
from a
Open
famous
invite.
person to an open invite who wanted to play. Let's have some fun. Even you yourself, you're always invited to hang out. But for just that scenario, I know Terrell started playing a little while ago, and now he's doing well. I would love to have a junior kid that's coming through, trying to get that experience, that wants that, just to have a blast, right? And
A
it
lot of
could
good.
be anyone. It could be a dad. I would love to see a dad and a daughter team on the other side.
Yeah.
That would be, and that can happen in our league. That can
Absolutely.
absolutely happen. Yeah, absolutely
Absolutely.
happen. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I
So
mean, we've seen a mother daughter team do
yeah,
pretty well. Now, granted, the
yeah,
daughter is very, very
yeah. And
good.
it was.
However,
Yeah, so is the mom.
and the mom's no slouch. Let's give all
No,
props to Lee Waters, who's no slouch
sure,
at all.
absolutely. Yeah, not at
All
all.
right.
I mean, maybe I'll bring Megan Fudge out. She does really well, and she's a phenomenal player. It's
She's
just too
great.
much, and her family is awesome.
Yeah.
They are
They
all
all
good.
play.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Go to junk food.
Man, go to junk food. I'm a big candy guy, right? I like a lot of Smarties. I like some Cadbury stuff from England. I always import a lot of
Okay.
that stuff. So yeah, little Mars
What
bars,
about
etc.,
a
etc.
Toblerone? You like the Toblerone bars from over there?
They're all right.
They're all right. I spent a lot of time in Italy. I eat a lot of Toblerones. That's one of
Sure,
my
sure.
go-tos.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Favorite band?
My favorite band. See, I like a lot of. So I'm one of those people that got into like electronic dance music for crying out
Are
loud,
you an
right?
emo guy for crying out? You go hang out with my
Totally.
son at a rave.
Hey, I'll shout out to Martin Garrix. Come play with us. You can DJ and then get on the court and play some pickleball. He is the best DJ on the planet in
All
my
right.
mind.
Martin Garrix, shout
yeah.
out from Charles Farr. He is an electronic disco guy, folks. I mean,
that guy is amazing. You know what? They gave him the same opportunity that I would give you. You know, he didn't do it, and he was in the crowd. Then he said he could do it, learned, developed. Now he's for the last 5, 6, 7 years, he is the #1 DJ based on all the awards that he has won. He's phenomenal.
That is great. What was your first car?
My first car was an Audi. Sorry.
An Audi. Okay. Yep.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, no, my dad did very well.
My name's Charles, and I drove an Audi.
Don't ask what I drive now. But no, yeah, it was an Audi. It was my stepmother's car that she gave me in Dallas. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Were you a jean jacket guy?
No.
Leather jacket.
I was a basketball player and a soccer player, so more
starter jacket.
than anything.
Did you have a starter jacket back in the day? Members only jacket. Come on.
Oh, God, no.
Would you rather surf or ski?
Okay, this is going to sound funny. I would be the guy that gets on skis that would run into the tree. And somehow I'd be the one that's surfing that got attacked by a shark.
That found the shark.
Yeah, I'm out.
So we're out on both of those.
Somehow a hammerhead's got my name on it. I'm not going.
Great stuff. Current celebrity crush.
Really? Man, I don't know. Angelina Jolie, if you're available.
All right. Hey, Angelina. Hey, maybe she can pickle. I don't know, but a lot of them can. If not,
we have coaches that can teach you.
There you go. Shout out to Angelina Jolie. Free pickle lessons from Charles Farr. You got a spot on the Phoenix Aces. The Phoenix Aces.
Bring the kids. We'll teach them too.
Having so much fun here. United Pickleball League, folks. This league is launching. There's an event September 26th and 27th. Is that the correct dates?
Yes.
At the Orchard up in Scottsdale, if you're local here in the Valley. If you're not here in the Valley, keep looking on socials and you'll find a way to stream and see some of this action, and keep your eyes out for everything related to United Pickleball League. Charles, so much fun having you here with me on the court today. Anything else you might want to shout out to, any plugs you want to give as we finish up?
I mean, I think I plugged everybody that I should have plugged, right? But no, this is just the opportunity, the icing on the cake. It's only going to get bigger. It's only going to get better. It's got a lot more opportunities for everyone that plays this sport and wants to learn how to play this sport. And so we will have more events in October and November, hopefully to showcase the professional level game here. That we have so many talented professionals here that are either on the tour or should be on the tour, right? So this is our opportunity that gives them the opportunity to get recognized for all the hard work that they do. They all put in the grind. They play every single day, multiple times a day, hours spent training. This is the league for all of them to come and enjoy the ability to travel to LA, to San Jose, to Florida, to wherever.
Yeah. Live that pickle dream, right?
And while you're doing that, you'll get a stipend that will pay probably, a good chunk of your bills, right?
Great stuff.
And it won't, so it's just, I just want to make sure that everybody gets the right opportunity to grow in this sport, right?
Hey, and this is only our first opportunity to talk about UPL together. I look forward to more of you coming onto the show. We'll bring more people from the league onto the show to keep talking about it, keep getting awareness out there. Charles, had so much fun. Want to just say thank you again.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Hey, it's my pleasure.
Thank you.
Meeting amazing people like Charles, that's what it's all about. And how about the United Pickleball League? Charles, thanks again so much, and thanks to everyone who watches and listens to this show. Stay safe out there. Stay hydrated. I'll see all y'all next time for more.